I feel like any area questions, usually it really just comes down to, do you know the formula? And the area of a trapezoid is no different. This is a trapezoid. Remember, kind of the definition of a trapezoid is that it has two parallel sides and not the other ones, right? It can't have two sets of parallel sides or else it'd be a parallelogram. So this is your average run-of-the-mill trapezoid. It can look funkier, but this is straightforward. And the area, again, really comes down to whether or not you know this, is it's the average of the bases, so B1 plus B2 over 2 times height. And the reason I say average of the bases, I remember trying to memorize like B1 plus B2 over, I don't know, it looks kind of complicated. But if you think about it as this is base 1 and base 2, you know, it could be vice versa, it doesn't really matter. But these are the two bases. One's longer than the other. If you just kind of average them out, if you add them and divide by 2, then you would just multiply by the height, and then you would have the area of that trapezoid. Be careful, like the only potential curveball your teacher might throw at you is a lot of times, like this is so easy that they'll try to make it difficult. You know how crafty teachers can be. So I'll show you what they'll do. They'll give you these values, right? They'll say, okay, so this is, you know, whatever, 20, this is, we'll call it 16, you know, maybe this is 8, and this is 11. And so right away, you know, this is totally devious. This 11 is not the height. Remember, the height is always going to be exactly perpendicular to one of the bases, or actually in this case, both bases. So if you see a trapezoid problem, base 1, base 2, height, this is totally of no value to you. So you can start by just scratching that off. And you'd be shocked at how common that is. Like, that shows how evil us teachers can be. But now, again, it just comes down to, do I know the formula? And let's call this, you know, you need some units. We'll call this meters, right? So then you just plug them in. A equals base 1, about 20 plus 16, that was base 2, over 2 times 8. And then, you know, I don't know, this might be a hard problem to actually do, but this looks like 36 divided by 2 would be 18 times 8. Okay, let's see if I can do this in my head. This is going to be stressful. 18 times 8 looks like maybe 144. I don't know. I'm going to feel super guilty if that's wrong. So let me do it the wrong way. 8, right? You have 64. 8 times 1. Carry that. Okay, looks like 144. And remember, whenever you have area, it's always the units squared. Because, I mean, not to get too, like, nerdy on you, but the reason that is when you multiply these numbers, you're also multiplying their units. Meters times meters is meters squared. Or you could just not know that, and anytime you have an area problem, you're always going to have whatever the units are squared. So that's it. This is the formula for area of a trapezoid. I think they're super easy. Don't fall for this little scam where they don't give you the correct height. This is the actual height. It has to be 90 to the base. And it's pretty good. Once you know that, it's totally easy. And remember, if you're struggling in geometry at your local high school, you can take it online at Silicon Valley High School, and the credits will be transferred back to your school.